central banks have an added role to promote sustainable economic development. Now, that's where the intervention comes in. The domestic finance intervention comes in because of that role. And let me tell you why that role is necessary. It may be open to abuse at some point, but it is necessary because we run a market economy. We're not running a command economy. A market economy means that we're all there hoping that market forces will resolve things. You've seen it. Market forces are not resolving the foreign exchange. Market forces are not resolving the asymmetries in lending. For example, there are many sectors that are starved, especially the real sector, that are starved of funds because the banks and the financial institutions don't see them as viable. One point there is agriculture. So central bank has to step in to de-risk agriculture. That's why I set up NISA and gave me $500 million, which they haven't even touched. But they borrowed against those and then de-risk agriculture by 80% and all of that. And the central bank also came and said, oh, okay, you know what? I have 32.5% of the money from these commercial banks in my vault, over 6 trillion, that is not earning them any interest. So you know what? I want you to target your lending to the real sector. So come and take this money, but lend them over a medium term because they're not lending medium term to the real sector. And then give them 9% interest and moratorium. That is a special grace that they are giving to this commercial bank to come and take this money and lend and target it to an area that is weak, not performing. And then you saw what happened during COVID and then during the recession that followed with it, where resources were targeted. For example, I remember that I argued that if you don't, people are losing their jobs. If you don't,
excuse me, forgive me for butting in, Prof. We're going to return to this that you're explaining, especially this question of market forces. I'd like to ask a question there. But in the meanwhile, Mr. George Inikeja has called in. Good morning. Thank you for holding on a bit.
Good morning, Uncle Yori, and good morning to the Prof.
Yes.
Uncle Yori, kindly permit me to say something about yesterday's program. I made an observation, and I thought I should make it known. Yesterday, Nigerians from all over the world were calling this program to celebrate the victory the country had against some fraudsters from outside this country. And then one person called from the UK to say something that I said should be brought to the fore. He said he would have loved the fraudsters to win the case, if not for his concern for the poor masses in Nigeria. I noticed, Uncle Yori, this same caller, during the elections, the build-up to the elections, he called this parliament on 3 occasions, venting his hatred for then candidate Tinubu. He vowed that Tinubu will not win that election. But he forgot that the will of men is different from the will of God.
Okay.
For me,
yeah, I remember that. That was the most unpatriotic. I beg your pardon for interrupting, Mr. George.